Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What's the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is essentially a painting video, but a model or models in question are voted on by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. In that video, I'll show you guys a host of models and you guys vote on what you would paint for this Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. So here we go. It's a 6, a 5, come on, a 2. So that's a black, that's the Death Guard model. Right, so 1 to 3 is Blightlord Terminators, 4 to 6 is the blow drone. So it's Blightlord Terminators. That'd be nice. A 2 and a 2, that was actually insane. That's my typical 40k rolls when I'm playing a game. Very nice. So I'm going to get him and the rest of the guys set up ready to go. I'll get some steelies in drab and just go over the gravel on their bases just to make it stand out a little bit more. And then start getting these amazing models put together, painted up. Okay, so the first colour I'm going to use is some lead belcher. Now I did have a recipe when I did the normal Death Guard Plague Marines, and I'm going to stick to the same recipe because it's so simple. So I'm going to take some on my brush it off, and I'm literally going to give them a heavy dry brush all over the armour, the weapons, such an easy and effective way of just, especially pumping out Death Guard Marines, just pumping out very quickly. Can't be dropping the model, yeah, of course, nice one. But I don't want to get anything that I don't want to have silver. So like the handle on his axe, I don't want that. I'm going to leave that as normal. But all the chainmail, all the pipes, all of that lovely stuff. His cloaks, some of them have robes on as well. This one has chainmail, but the others have robes. I need to leave those. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of those and come back to you then. Even though I'm following the same recipe as the Death Guard Plague Marines, there are still a lot of details on these guys that are different to them. Like these guys have, some of them have horns coming through. Yeah, some of them have, which one was it? Is it this one? He has a tongue coming through his arm there. He has tongues and stuff coming out the back of him. There's these flames on coming out of his little heavy plague weapon there. There's a lot of things that are like slightly different. So what the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in some youth and grey, and what I'm going to do with this lovely colour is I'm going to come in and pick out all the horns and stuff like that, the flames on that, the great plague weapon I showed you just a second ago. Just pick them all out because it's going to be ready for the next stage. And I'm going to show you all of this. I'm just going to do a little bit on camera so you can see what I'm doing. There's spikes everywhere on this guy, which is also going to help break the model up. All these different bits of colour. That's basically him with bits of white on it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go through and do the rest of them. Oh, this guy's interesting. All these little spikes hanging off the top. It's a little beetle hand here. So I'm going to get with some, so I can wash that down. And you get all these spikes. So I'm going to go camera and do all the rest of that. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some Death Guard green. And I'm going to repeat the same process again as I did with the silver. And just give it a heavy dry brush over all the silver parts, but not the weapons. Again, I'm not going to do all of this on camera, I'm just going to show you a little bit. Here's where we're at so far. So I'm going to repeat this on all of them. Right, so let me give you a quick look. Here's how we're looking. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come in with some corn red. Now this isn't going to hit all of them, but it's going to hit some of them. This guy has the chainmail. Yeah, he doesn't have nothing. I might do his back part of his cannon. But this guy has the cloth. So what I'm going to do is give some corn red on the cloth. Now I know the way that corn red looks with the black undercoat, especially against the green, looks really, really nice. As you would have seen on my other Death Guard Plague Marines. Now he has cloth hanging off the back of him as well, which is really nice. It's going to really break the model up even more. So I'm going to do this one on camera. Go off and find the rest. So when I do this, even if there's little bits of black undercoat coming through, yeah, it's not really going to matter because it gives more of the dirty effect. So like the cloaks are not like brand spanking new, they're all old, worn and tattered and just disgusting. That's what we want with Death Guard. One of these Blightlord Terminators actually has, I think it's the open wound on his chest. So I'll come into that with some of this corn red as well. It really breaks that model up. I don't think it makes it pop just yet, but it does really break it up. So I'm going to crack on with the rest of those. So here's where we are. I don't really, for those of you new, I don't really pay too much attention to weapons. I do a little bit of colour on it if I can, but apart from that, don't really bother. But I'll put some red on him. But for the likes of like this guy, the red really stands out nicely. I did a little bit of red on the combat weapon as well, just to break it up a little bit. Same with the flamer one. The flamer's a little bit on there. Both the ammo pods have red on it. I missed a little tiny touch on that corner there. Yeah, it does make it pop really nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come in with some Retributor armor. And this is a very simple thing I'm going to do. Normally with Chaos Marines you'd go around the edge and do all the trims and all that, but these guys don't all have lots of trim, only little bits of trim. So like there's a little bit of trim just here. I don't want to blast it on, I just want to faintly put it on so it gives you the look of like it's metal, like gold, but you can see it all rusted and decayed. And there is a few of them that have trim around the legs, I mean, like the arm here, like just a little bit in there. Just breaks it up nicely. But this is the guy that has the big open wound in his stomach. Didn't do his, needs to come back in with the corn red. The Death Guard Marines, they had gold trim pretty much everywhere, but these guys really don't. So just a little tiny bit here and there. I might just get that little bit there, so make it just stand out a little bit. But there is a few of them that do have. Is it this guy? Nope. I think it's this guy. Yeah, he does have like a gold trim around his leg. But you can see all the holes in him where it's starting to decay. So the likes of that, I am going to do. But any of the others that don't have the gold trim, I'm just going to just pick out a few bits here and there. And like this shoulder pad as well. Look, it's brilliant. Get the cuff a bit up here. I'm not going to go too mad with the gold trim like this leg has as well. Because I'm not going too mad and trying to get a nice coat on it, I'm just trying to get a faint coat on it. If I did a nice coat on it, I'd have to come through and just give it like a wash down with something like Agrax Earthshade or something like that, just to dull it down even more. This guy again doesn't have very much. Just need a nice little faint on the skull there just to break it up. So I want the gold to be seen, but the green to come through as well. As you can see with that little on this symbol there, you can see the gold, but you can also see a bit of green. We can need just a little bit more here. I'm going to crack on the last one. And next I'm going to come in with some white scars. And this is a very, very simple thing I'm going to do. I'm going to come in with some white scars, and everything I've painted youth and grey. I'm not going to go over the whole lot, but I'm just going to give it a highlight here and there. My regulars will know there's some sort of craziness colour coming in a minute. That's why I'm highlighting all this up now. All of the horns and the tentacles and whatever else. Give them a quick, not a full once over, but just a bit of a once over. Especially where I put youth and grey. If there's any bits I'm not happy with that I didn't get enough coverage on, again I can come in with the white scars and just tidy up a little bit. Especially with this guy, he has a nice little tentacle coming off his arm there. So I'm going to crack on, do the rest, and I need to put the corn red into the open wound. And next I'm going to come in with some Mornfang brown. There's only two things that need to be done with this colour. The guy with the axe, I'm going to get his axe handle. Again, that's going to really make it stand out even more from the rest of the model. And the other thing is this lad here, because he has leather bindings around the strap, his axe. Now you could come in with some Rhinox hide. It's a very dark brown, it looks really nice. I want to go with the lighter brown, so when I come in with a little dry brush on it afterwards, it's really going to pop up nice. Right, so next I'm coming with some moot green. It's a very, very simple step. I'm going to really water it down on my wet palette. So it's more like a wash than anything else. Really water it down. I'm going to come in. I'm not going to apply it everywhere, but I'm just going to push it into places. Use the green to really highlight, you know, the wounds and the open bits on them and stuff like that. Looks a bit weird at the moment, but as soon as that dries, that's going to really dull down. Well, not dull down, but it will dull itself down a bit, but just really stand out and pop off nicely. See here, I'm not even painting on, just dipping it on these places. Because I've watered it down, it does go in quite nice to any recesses. See, the shoulder pad looks amazing, the face looks good, and where the gold is on that little chest piece of these, you can see it's still coming through the green as well. It's fantastic. So I'm going to do that on the rest of these guys. Right, so the only thing left to do on these guys really is everything that I painted with the Youth and Grey and the White Scars. Some of you are going to say, oh, so you're going to come in with like, I don't know, Skeleton Horde or something like that. And I was thinking that for the horns, but then I thought, no, let me go really out there, really crazy on this. And I'm going to come in with some Druchii Violet Shade. I think this is going to look fantastic on some of them. I don't know about all of them. So I'll start with the guy with the flames. Get his tentacles that are hanging off of him. Because I came in with the Youth and Grey and the White Scars and highlighted it up, it's really going to give me some nice highlights of actually doing very much work. And it really makes me nervous about this particular weapon. It's very flexible on the chain. I think this is really gonna, as this dries, it's really gonna give me some nice shading on this and really pop the model off and just give you so many colours on the model. They're just totally different to each other, between the greens, the red, the purple. That's really gonna, that's why it's gonna look lovely. I think on the horns on the other guys, especially this guy, because he has the like stag type horns, and they're really going to stand out on him. So another reason why I didn't do points of interest at the beginning of the video on the models is because there's too many things that I could work on to draw your attention to on each model. I'm dropping him in my hand, nice. I'm going to do the rest of them on the rest of the guys. Right, so for all intents and purposes, these guys are battle ready. What I'm going to do now is take it beyond battle ready standard. So for everyone that's new, battle ready standard means I can put them on the table and away we go. Play perfectly fine, there's not an issue. Taking them beyond battle ready standard means I'm just taking them beyond the look a bit, adding a bit more to them. Okay, sometimes you can add too much, but with experience you get to the point where you know this is, I need to stop now. But beyond Battle Ready Standard can be anything from a wash, like I've just put on, could be an edge highlight, could be a dry brush, could be a wet blend, could be technical paint, could be, when I say a layer paint, it could be layer paint because you're laying up doing different levels. So where I did the moot green, say I pretend to do that, I could then come in with, say, Death Guard green again and mix it with some white and just start doing the same thing that I did with the moot green. Yeah, edge highlighting, you can even use contrast paint beyond this stage, which I bet some of you thought I was going to do on the flames and stuff. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is come in with some Troll Slayer orange. This is such an amazing colour. So I'm going to get some on my brush, and I am literally just going to stipple it in random places to give me rust effect. Definitely on the weapons. And the chainmail. You don't have to be perfect at this stage, just wherever you want. So if anywhere, like where I've done the green, if I think, oh, that's a bit too much, I'm just whacking a bit of orange on it, just to rust it up and make it look rusty. There we have them. I'm going to repeat that on the rest of them. I think these guys look very tasty. Very tasty indeed. The last thing I'll do is come with some non-oil shade, and I'm just going to get the guns and the blades with these, just to give them more of like a oiled type horrible look. Just slap it in, slap it on. So what isn't rustic looks like it's oily and horrible, and right, so these guys are done. I'm actually very pleased with them. I think the purple looks really well. Still a little bit wet here and there. For me, they have the same recipe as the Death Guard Plague Marines, but you stand them next to each other, they look similar, but but these guys stand out, not just because of their size, but there's a lot of detail on these guys with the purples, and more cloths, the combi weapons and such. I actually really like these guys. The only thing I'm annoyed with myself is I don't always put them on the table when I should be. I should be putting them on the table, big 10 block with typhus probably. I don't, but maybe I should. Maybe I might just work towards that actually, because they're actually quite tasty unit on the table with a spewer and the Reaper auto launcher. So yeah, I don't know. I'm quite pleased with the paint job. Chuck your comments below as always, guys. Whether you like them or you don't like them, just chuckle comments below as always. If you're new to the channel and seeing this for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube shares the video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. Thank you everyone who voted. I'll bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy.